How's everything going, guys? Welcome to a brand new video here. Welcome to another Nostalgia Critic reaction video. Today we're going to be doing ParaNorman. About a week ago, I asked some of you guys who've been watching my content, give me some Nostalgia Critic reviews you want me to do. This was first on the list. I'm doing it in order of what's been asked. I believe the second one was Snow Day, which was uploaded about 3 weeks ago. And another one was the Super Mario Bros. Anime movie that he's done. So today we're going to be doing ParaNorman. This film came out in 2012. I did see it advertised when it first came out, but I have not seen the film. I've not watched the film. I don't know anything about the film. So I'm going to learn something new about the new film today. Ironically, guys, as you can see, I've got a PlayStation Glass in my hand. I'm wearing an Xbox t-shirt and a PlayStation Glass. Because I don't believe in bloody console wars. We're all gamers at the end of the day. So we get on with this video, guys? So it's ParaNorman. This video was uploaded on October 9th, 2024. So it's during this week's Nostalgia Ween. And we're going to watch this episode here of ParaNorman. So let's get on with the video, guys. This is my second upload of 3. My final upload this week would be a Castlevania video. Alright, and then next week you'll get 2 reaction videos off me. So, because I'm not rushing my uploads anymore, guys, I'm taking my time. So, I'm only going to be uploading 3 with an occasional stream. If you guys do check out the stream, guys, I'm planning to do like random reaction streams on like a Sunday. So, do check that out. Let's go.
This episode brought to you by Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy.
Not the bees! No!
Who can make the sun die? Drizzle it with you. Cover it with blood and a severed head or 2.
Is this a... Who can make sunrise speaking of you? Is it like a horror themed version of the song from Willy Wonka?
The Candyman.
The Candyman can.
Sorry, I just turned the thing down a little bit. I've had to knock my... for some strange reason, this side's not working, but that's good. That means I can hear myself. So, let's get back to the review here of ParaNorman.
Anything new?
Well, it's over 30 years old, so that's very unlikely.
Almost as old as when my movie was forgotten.
Oh, come on, Wendell. Your film's not even 5 years old. Or is it wild?
I confuse us too. I think I'm the one that Jordan Peele played.
Oh. And Peele is the bald one?
I know you didn't just ask that.
Yeah.
Calm down, Wild. Your movie will have its day.
Yeah, you should listen to Corpse Brad over here.
Just because our films usually die with audiences when they're released.
Does.
Heather, my girl. Heather's my favourite on Nostalgia Critic. Also, guys, you haven't had a chance to. Heather live streams on Twitch. Do check out her stream. She's cool as out.
Doesn't mean they can't have a good afterlife. It's true, Wild. A lot of times stop-motion movies aren't huge hits. But if you give it time, it eventually works out in the end.
Was Fantastic Mr. Fox always there?
Yeah.
Fantastic Mr. Fox, yeah, I remember. God, there wasn't the one. I think there was one back in the early 2000s with George Clooney. I know there's another one, isn't there? They did a newer one in like 2020. It was in the 2020s, I'm sure it was.
Yes, I don't recall seeing him earlier.
I always appear when I can be symmetrical somewhere. Try it. Try looking at me from a different angle. Huh.
Bottom line, you shouldn't be let down if your film doesn't become an immediate cult classic.
Sure. Just let me buy the exact same amount of Corpse Bride merchandise right next to the Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise.
That movie's only more popular because it works for 2 holidays.
And what?
She's kind of right when it comes with the Nightmare Before Christmas. Like I said, honestly, I'm going to shock you. Once again, another film I have not seen.
theme park attraction do you take over every year?
I'm in talk box with Six Flags to remind them that I exist.
Okay, so nobody's as big as Nightmare Before Christmas, but you still have a lot of people that value you. Stop motion movies have been around for over 100 years, but their popularity has been anything but consistent. True, there's always going to be a fan base for it, but...
Yeah, one of them there, Wallace and Gromit, stop motion. Fun fact, there was actually a factory that was about to close down in Wensleydale, the Wensleydale cheese factory. So during the film, the original was going to put a different cheese down, and then as soon as he said that brand of Wensleydale cheese, that company was actually saved because sales went up because it was in Wallace and Gromit. True story.
That fan base isn't always super profitable. After Nightmare Before Christmas, though, an interesting trend started to stop motion movies either doing poorly...
God, James the Giant Peach sucks. I know Doug did a video on it talking 10, 15 years ago.
You're just well enough at the box office, getting a huge following later.
I don't want to be in a pie, I don't like gravy.
These followings have equaled out to merchandise, re-releases, and film nerds like me discussing them. The trend usually centers around a Christmas-themed story, a Halloween-themed story, or in Nightmare's case, both. While Disney and Warner have certainly tried to capture that similar magic, another studio named Laika tried to do something similar, bringing in the director of Nightmare Before Christmas and garnering a pretty popular flick.
Yeah, it's Coraline.
Called Coraline. Since then, there's been several weird and odd stop-motion movies with a dark edge from Laika. And the film that kept that tradition going is...
The Missing Link?
Yeah, seriously, what was that? No, ParaNorman. Released in 2012, there's often a playful competition about which Laika film about a kid battling dark forces is better. This or Coraline. And honestly, even all these years later, it's still a little tough. Coraline has the better characters, but ParaNorman has the better story.
Right.
So while yes, its humor and personality isn't quite as strong as its predecessor, ParaNorman has more engaging twists and dark turns that, if many people have pointed out, are rarely seen in kids' films nowadays.
Right. Okay. So they tried something, but it's not in kids' films very often. Okay, I like to see this because a lot of films we had as a kid scarred most of people. I could think of Bambi, the mother scene, Watership Down is another one. So let me know in the comments, by the way, have you seen this film or not?
This truly does feel like a return to those 80s family flicks that wanted to either toughen your kid up or let him enjoy the creepy and bizarre.
I just thought Return to Oz, that's another one. There was a lot of dark gritty films back especially in the 80s. Dark Cauldron I thought was pretty dark.
Being the first stop-motion film to use 3D printing for its facial expressions, this was hands down the smoothest and most expressive stop-motion animation had been until then. And even today, it's still a marvel. There's a lot of hard work and creativity that went into making this, and we're going to take a closer look at how much of it paid off. If for any other reason to prove that stop-motion films do eventually get the respect they deserve.
Yeah, tell that to Frankenweenie.
Hey, he's right over there.
Ah, yeah, never seen Frankenweenie. Like I said, there's a lot of films I've not seen. That's it. All the films they've mentioned on this thing, I've not seen.
No, Frankenweenie, he didn't mean it. Your day will come.
Yeah, go join Mary and Max.
Oh, come on. They're over there. Don't listen to him. You'll get a following, and so will that weird snail movie you have coming out.
This is too depressing.
Just like Mary and Max.
I'm going into the other room to review this. Let's take a look at ParaNorman.
But seriously, Mary and Max is great.
Of course it is. That's why no one saw it.
The film begins as a cheesy horror film plays with the lead looking eerily similar to Jamie Lee from Halloween.
Oh my God! Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can see she actually does look like Jamie Lee Curtis from the Halloween films.
Wait, what's holding him up against the door? Ew! Thank God that didn't punch through.
He's gonna ruin his dinner.
We're introduced to Norman, played by
Frankenboner.
Feet, watching the film with his grandma, cleverly hidden with a dark green light and in the distance, so it's a little tricky to notice you can see through her.
They just bothered to sit down and talk it through, it'd be a different story.
Nah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Grandma says, can you turn up the heating?
It's of course revealed that Grandma is dead and Norman can see ghosts, who is sitting near Courtney, played by Anna Kendrick, his father, played by Jeff Garland, and his mother, played by Leslie Mann, all find concerning.
Yeah, the father is played by Jeff Garland. That was Murray in Goldbergs. That's what I know him in. Anna Kendrick, if I know her face, I probably know what she's in. Lindsay Mann, I probably know. I said Jeff Garland's the only one that I know.
Grandmother was old and sick, and she died.
Yeah. If I close my eyes, I heard that line, his voice and his inflections, and that kind of thing. My first impression would 100% be Murray from the Goldbergs.
Just part of the mourning process.
Oh,
Well, that's one way to save on stop motion budget beer gut cam. Seriously though, as I mentioned before, this stop motion is amazing.
Yeah.
Apart from details like the little blushes and blemishes on the skin, as well as the movement and textures of the hair, everyone has fantastically exaggerated designs.
Yeah.
They range from incredibly odd to just slightly odd. Hell, even the people who are supposed to be good looking are still kind of funny looking.
That guy driving the car looks like a combination of Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy and Jimmy Hopkins and Bully.
They look like they were drawings first, but not in a way that they range from incredibly odd to just slightly odd. Hell, even the people who are supposed to be good looking are still kind of funny looking. They look like they were drawings first, but not in a way that makes them look flat. They complement the 3D model world they inhabit, but also look like the monster posters in Norman's room.
Yeah.
P.S. I want this room. Wait, what am I talking about? I had this room.
Yeah, he's got some ace artwork, fan work he has, it's amazing.
You look nice today. I like what you've done with your hair.
Norman has gotten used to seeing dead people, though, and sees them less as a threat, but more as friends.
How's it hanging?
Oh, haven't heard that one before.
Oh, don't worry. They make up for that with an even darker joke.
Blythe Hollow, a great place to hang.
Jesus, Johnny. He can't help but feel, though, like he's being followed by someone living.
Yeah, that would creep me out. If I was a kid at his age and had someone follow me like that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm running away.
No, they do the disappearing thing. This film has a lot of tropes, but they do have fun with them. Like the school bully Alvin, played by one of the most famous geeks of all time, McLovin himself, Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Another film I've not seen. Not seen Superbad. Do you know what I mean? I've missed so many films. I've missed so many.
Talk to that. That's so Alvin.
In this case, the killer saw the size of the bug's dick and became insanely jealous.
That's a film I have definitely seen. Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, fucking brilliant. Ironically, before I get the video, like, when it comes to Jim Carrey films about then, I saw that. I've seen A Mask. I've seen When Nature Calls. I've seen Batman Forever. I've seen Cable Guy. Literally, the only one I've not seen from start to finish is Dumb and Dumber. That's the only Jim Carrey film I have not seen from start to finish.
Nespresso Professional.
Speaking of George Clooney, he's just been on that advert.
Got used to the feeling of rejection because my writing just wasn't up to par. Then I found Grammarly, an AI writing partner that...
Yeah, I couldn't get a job, so I'm just going to use AI to do my stuff for me so I can get a job.
While rehearsing a school play, I swear directed by one of the old ladies from Coraline, we get across some exposition that feels both perfectly natural and perfectly forced.
They put her on trial and hanged her.
The hammy teacher acts out the lines, discussing how a witch named Agatha, let's get out of the way, is Agatha all along, grade, is sentenced to death, so she...
Is that fucking Agatha all along? Apparently, I read somewhere, apparently that was the second least viewed MCU material on Disney Plus last year. Second least viewed. I think there's only one was more least viewed than it. I think it was called Echo.
Curses the judge and jury that found her guilty. And while the exposition is done well, I will say one or two of these jokes could be punched up a bit.
To an eternity of damnation.
Like, I'd love to see Norman try reading that line the same boring way he did before after her acting it out. Or maybe we don't hear the line before and it turns out it's just the word guilty. Something like that to give the jokes a little bit more oomph. The humor in this movie is fine, but it's one of the few times I actually go, I could have used a dumb Marvel joke there.
Norman, wait up!
He hangs out with a kid named Neil, played by Tucker O'Breezy, when they're approached by his uncle named Pendergast, played by John Goodman.
I was told.
Then John Goodman. Blues Brothers 2000. Fucking hell, what was the other film I've seen? Flintstones. I've seen that as a kid. But yeah, the first film I ever saw him in was Blues Brothers 2000, was where he played Mighty Mac.
I'm not to talk to you. Sorry.
And you know why you're not supposed to talk to me?
8-year-olds, dude.
I know it's 3 clips and only a few minutes, but I'm sorry, I couldn't pass up a joke as good as that. He says a bunch of gibberish Norman doesn't understand, but later, Neil wants to know more about his ability to talk to the dead, including if he can talk to his dead pet.
Can he feel if I pet him? Yeah, I guess. Bubby wubby boom. That's not his chin.
And I feel like if I keep watching you, I'm gonna have to pay or something. Pendergast kicks the bucket the night Norman is supposed to perform in the school play, and he has a terrible vision.
And they brought a chicken.
Norman panics, falling off the stage, and I love the parents all filming it.
Just modern society these days, isn't it? Let's film everything so we can go viral. Let's film this so we can go viral. That's the problem with modern society and entertainment in general. All that people give a shit about is going viral so they can make money. I'm sorry, you know if I'm right, I am fucking right.
The father gives a line that, in my opinion, is a little too mean for this character.
Didn't ask to be born this way.
Funny. Neither did we.
Oh, that's fucking harsh. I would never say anything like that to my son, ever.
Yeah, that's too douchey. If, say, he thought the window was rolled up and then he noticed it was open a little and he felt bad for saying it, that'd be a little leeway. I get they want to give everyone an arc and everything, but this is some Chicken Little territory here.
Yeah, I agree. Chicken Little's a bad film and all. I always thought that was a Pixar film, not that's Disney. I think that film was just so mean-spirited. Disney, when they can be mean-spirited, Disney can be excellent. But now they're too woke and squeaky clean and bullshitty and, yeah, they're crap.
I didn't like it. Meanwhile, at school, Pendergast appears to Norman, saying he has to read a book to stop the ghost of the witch from raising the dead. Dude, no wonder you're not allowed around kids. What's a Pendergast, Walter?
I've been holding back the witch's curse for years.
So I thought it was going to be if do like the talking toilet from Look Who's Talking. I'm going to push it.
But now I'm dead.
This whole section took a year to film with just one animator working on it, which is crazy to think. Nice touch, by the way, that Alvin can't spell his own name.
Where?
You mean like the F word?
Hey, on YouTube, I don't even think you can say the letter F. I know I said the comedy.
Friggles. Damn it!
Could be a bit better, but some of these lines are still pretty good.
You're dead, freak show. D-E-D. Dead. You're gonna be so dead, you're gonna have to talk to yourself when you're dead.
I love when a writer figures out sometimes the most boring archetypes can be the funniest characters.
Yeah.
I really don't think we should be leaving him. He's probably up there right now, fiddling with his Ouija.
How do you know that's what I call being in my bedroom alone?
Ouija boards. Yeah, my wife actually my wife, she's a spiritualist, and my father-in-law actually owns the one of the paranormal groups in my area. And my wife's actually got one rule: you never bring a Ouija board into this house, because to the spiritualist, it's basically a gateway for the afterlife and the spirit world.
Hey look, it's the CEO of Laika! Oh yeah, it's a story. He gets the book from Pendergast's body. Gotta love a kid's film that dedicates 2 minutes to just beating up a corpse. And he makes his way to the gravesite only to discover the book he's reading is a fairy tale.
Once upon a time.
there was a leaky toilet.
In a far-off land, there lived a king and a queen.
From Swindon.
Engage in one funny song number and then indulge in low-calorie mediocrity. Alvin stops him from reading the story, and thus the witch is awakened, combining stop-motion, ink, and CG to make this really cool effect, resulting in Puritan zombies rising from the grave. It would have been so easy to design them as normal people with just green zombie skin, but again, every one of them stands out with unique exaggerated features. That's Bernard Hill, by the way, as the leader, which it is fun imagining the dignified captain of the Titanic and King of Roham just going, "Stop, blah," as they make their way back to town.
Are you freeze-framing Mom's Aerobics DVD again?
No.
Dirty little pervert.
Kid, it's 2012. Use Pornhub before nobody wants to use Pornhub.
What removes the majority of his videos, but yeah, because can't say it, I'll probably get demonetized. I know why they had to remove a bunch of videos. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get demonetized.
Courtney goes searching for Norman at Neil's house, where she bumps into his brother Mitch, played by Casey Affleck.
Will you help me? Please?
Okay. I guess I should go get some clothes on.
I was hoping this be like the exercise video I pause. They run into Norman and Alvin in the forest and partake in a chase scene.
What do we do? Mitch!
I don't know!
You're the oldest.
Not mentally!
It's really easy to take this scene for granted, but think about how much of the set they had to build and how much they had to keep track of how every character moves, literally in every frame.
I bet it took ages to get the stop motion on this done, which fair play to the animators, putting the effort in, putting the work in to make the film look fantastic. Yeah, agree with Doug on this.
It just flows so naturally, you wouldn't even think twice about it. Speaking of thinking twice about something.
Baby, I'm so sorry. You'll be alright. We're gonna get through this together.
If you've seen this movie, you know that's clue number one.
He's not straight, is he? Because, yeah, that's my guess. He's not into women, that's my guess. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm getting adverts now for CS2 Club.
And Gandalf will score a touchdown, and Harry Potter will be MVP. Epic Mickey every
I like
Friday.
the fact of the most viewed moment on this video is literally skipping the ad. So yeah, look, they have completely cut down their Twitch schedule now. Yeah, Heather does 2 hours on a Monday, but Heather has her own channel. Like, as of me recording this, I'm recording this Wednesday after Wednesday dinner time. Heather literally went live half an hour ago.
We also have content 5 days a week. Hope to see you there. Also, everybody says they never get notified about our latest videos, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all the latest updates. After the zombies attack someone getting some Cujo's candy.
Is that supposed to be... That's supposed to be Crunch Bar, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a few funny words they hide in the background.
Itchy wieners.
The Puritans freak out about. Well, let's face it, things Puritans would freak out about. Just wait a month to see how you're represented.
Oh, but that's... I'm not a big fan of horror films, but I've heard that film's excellent.
Zombies!
Kill him in the head!
It is humorous that the townsfolk, in an attempt to stop what they think are bloodthirsty monsters, become bloodthirsty monsters themselves. You'll find that's a pretty heavy theme in this movie.
What do you think you're doing firing at civilians? That is for the police to do!
Okay, that's funny. That's a funny line.
Norman tries to talk to the witch to figure out why all this is happening, so she shows him. And I'll just say it, my jaw hit the ground when they revealed who the witch actually was.
Execution!
It's a fucking little girl. What the fuck? Doug's face, yeah.
Whoa. Whoa, Daddy. This movie went from fun to creepy to holy shit, you got balls. Not only is it ingenious to have Norman at the center to make it look like they're sentencing a kid, but then you realize, oh, it's the person behind him. It's not a kid at all. That'd be really messed up, only to reveal it is a kid. But on top of that, Agatha's last name is Pendergast, the same name of Norman's uncle. So not only is it very likely that Agatha and Norman are related, but it would also explain why he has the same supernatural power his uncle does. In all probability, this power could be what got her executed.
I was only playing.
You were speaking with the dead.
Wait.
And if Norman lived in that time period, he might have been executed too. Hell, the town now isn't that far off. Allowing him to sympathize even more with what she went through and why he's the one that it looks like is being sentenced at first.
Fucking genius, a bit of directing there. Wow. Fucking yeah, genius, bit of directing.
It's just a little subtle touch, but you can read so much into it. It's also cool that, you ever see someone complain that you shouldn't like something because it has a jaded past? While others argue it transforms into something else and we get in these big fights over it. This film very smartly embraces these modern transformations with humor and creativity, at times playfully mocks them for how watered down and exploitive they can be, yet at the exact same time reminds you there is a bloody and disturbing history to most of it. This is so much deeper with so many more layers of understanding to the history of these fascinations than tweeting, "You like blank, so you're part of the problem." I think the same way grown-ups dress up like slashers but acknowledge they're scary because there really are killers out there. The same way kids...
Yeah. Okay, Doug, yeah.
Can dress up like witches but also acknowledge there's a really terrifying history.
Yeah. The witch hunts. The witch hunts of Salem. Don't need to see more.
Except it's not what those who were perceived as witches did to others, it's what was done to them. This is some smart, challenging shit for a kid's film. As if that wasn't enough, the film also acknowledges there's really no straight-up villain, even though there is wrongdoing. The zombie judges just want him to stop the curse as they feel awful about the wrong they did, but at the time, they didn't know it was wrong.
Yeah.
How could you? I believed we were doing what was right. I was wrong.
Bloody hell. It's quite thought-provoking, isn't it? I might have to give this film a watch, actually.
Make no mistake, I like stories with pure evil, unredeemable villains. And I like making jokes about how people...
Not seen Aladdin. I've seen 101 Dalmatians. Cruella de Vil's a fucking awesome character. Ursula, I've not seen Little Mermaid that very well, but Cats on a Hook and Peter Pan. When he's fucking skipping against the wall. Oh god, it's hilarious.
People can be cartoonishly evil, but those are stories and jokes. The flip of that is important too. All of us can get lost in our own extremism and lose our humanity too.
Yeah.
As well as destroy the humanity of others. Yeah. Also subject change. Hint number 2.
This may be the last chance I get to tell you how I feel.
Well, no, unless we get brought back as zombies, and then technically we'll have longer.
Save on your holiday with TUI.
God, if I am right.
Dreaming of a...
Norman tries to calm down the mob and point out that the zombies aren't looking to hurt them. He even gets the support of his friends and family who originally doubted him.
So, they're not going to hurt us?
Does it look like any of them are trying to hurt you?
I was trying to hurt them. He instantly wins the crowd over. Again, knowing how our world works, that's probably the biggest work of fiction in this.
Yeah.
Norman goes to Agatha to talk it out and end the curse once and for all. Unsurprisingly, though, Agatha is pretty pissed off, and in what I can only describe as about 90% of the internet, the bullied has become the bully. Even literally pushing and shoving him.
Oh,
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
What?
Who was different from the other people in her village.
Instead of reading the fairy tale to put her to sleep, though, he tells her a new story about a girl who manifested the same injustice that destroyed her, and will continue to destroy others unless something changes. Everything from the acting to the effects work to the music to how she's designed is about as perfect as a movie can get.
And they killed her! No!
She's basically turned into Supersonic.
Something in her cave bath. The longer it stayed, the less there was of the little girl.
For all the little things that didn't quite work out before, this is chillingly good filmmaking.
All that's left of you now is mean and horrible. It's not true. Then stop. This is wrong and you know it. Keep away from me. Remember.
He finally gets her to remember a happy memory of when her mother read her fairy tales. One of the few happy memories she has. But this time, the mother isn't there. However, Norman is. And he gives her the support she needs, the same way his friends and family eventually gave him the support he needed. In a similar way immense pain can spread more hatred, immense kindness can spread more peace.
I think you're just a little kid with a really special gift.
Give my thoughts in a minute.
Oh, I only ever wanted people to understand her.
Not only are the expressions on these characters emotionally charged, but you can see clearer now how much they look alike. And by helping her accept her and her gift, he also accepts himself and his gift. I'm not gonna lie, every time I watch this scene, it hits a little harder.
Is this where they buried me?
It's a pretty good place to sleep.
That story you were telling, how does it end?
I think that's up to you.
At first I wished they would point out more that they were related, but I like it's more about just trying to help someone who's in pain, and not necessarily someone who has a connection to him. It makes it feel a bit more selfless. She rests on her own without any help and disappears, finally finding peace. Even the Puritans are released from their curse. I think it's smart the main judge doesn't smile after the curse is lifted. Like,
That's a nice touch. He's not smiling after the curse has been lifted because he knows he's caused pain to other people.
Still scarred by the truth of what he's done.
Yeah.
It's a small detail, but I think it's important.
Well done, son. You did it.
Yeah, screw you, you piece of... Okay, it's about accepting and understanding, just... Couldn't like a lightning bolt take out his eye or something?
Yeah.
Not die, just... if he did, Norman can still talk to him. Yeah, he can die.
Me and Norman are in a lot of the same classes. We're pretty much inseparable best buds.
How good is this story at getting two birds with one stone? It combines the best joke of the movie with literally the first openly gay character in an animated film. And the character's not bland or feels like he's just on a token checklist. It really helps shape the humor and the character.
Maybe we could catch a movie sometime.
That sounds great, Kathy. You know, you're gonna love my boyfriend. He's like a total chick flick nut.
Aw, and bye.
I called it. Hey, being progressive, trying to be with the times back in 2012, that's ballsy.
People aren't a possibility yet in animation, so I'm stuck. Norman even thanks Neil for always sticking by him.
You stood by me. All the time.
Yeah, of course. Don't get weird or anything.
We just established your brother's kinda weird or anything.
Yeah.
Time to use that joke. Norman is more respected now and even helps his family get closer to, well, their family.
So, what's happening now?
What's happening now is I say this is the best stop motion movie ever made until I go back and watch it again and remember, oh yeah, it's mainly that last third, but the first 2/3 are still pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, the first 2/3 do have some pacing issues. There is some filler that can be cut, and the comedy could be a touch funnier, but it is a film that gets better as it goes along and gets better the more you watch it. The artistry, the creativity, the characters, the story, it's all wonderful, but then suddenly becomes spectacular as soon as that twist is revealed. I could watch the final act of this movie and never get tired of it, but everything before it still works, not just for all the little details setting up the final act, but also the charm that comes from these people in this scenario.
God, Doug is so good, isn't he, talking about films and stuff. Here's the thing, if you ever want to watch a film and like listen to movie critics, Doug, Nostalgia Critic, will always be my number one. If I ever see a film I want to watch, I'll see if he's done a review, and if he says the film's good, I'll watch it. If it's crap, I won't watch it.
Like I said, I do like the characters more in Coraline, but I adore the layout of the story and what a potent impact it has by the end. It's also nice that it isn't just a carbon copy of Coraline. I mean, really compare these two characters, they are polar opposites. Yet they both go on dark and creepy adventures that seem unique to them. I like you can watch these two back to back and there's similarities, but it's never repeating. And I guess I can't say this film's all perfect, but it certainly has a lot of perfect moments with the perfect emotion, ultimately ending on a perfect note.
Hey.
You see, Wild, if you just give some things some time, it'll work out in the end.
I suppose, but I feel like it's missing something.
Yes, I know what you mean. Something to make it a true stop-motion classic.
Well, I guess there's a few tiny issues, but really, what else could you add? There's great story, great characters.
Oh, I know!
So do I! Let's say it together!
Randy Newman songs!
Rhinos,
they scare little boys. Assassinating parents don't bring them much joy.
Oh god, fucking James the Giant Page.
You're both fired for singing Randy Newman. You knew the rules.
I thought it was John Newman.
He's probably up there right now, fiddling with his Ouija.
Michael J. Fox authorization.
With bars in the sky, onboard showers,
Right.
and the best in-flight entertainment, it's hardly a surprise that...
Yeah, that actually looks like a really, 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 really good film. Like a really good film. Just give that a like. So yeah, like I said, I've not seen that film, but if Doug says it's really good, maybe I can give it a go and maybe watch it. Before I end the episode, I just want to see the budget, the box office, and the Rotten Tomatoes score. ParaNorman came out in 2012, 89 on Rotten Tomatoes. 89. Had a budget of 60 million and it made 107. And Alex Borstein's in it, the voice of Lois Griffin. Yeah, the voice of Lois is in it. Jeff Garland, yeah. Murray Goldman in the Goldbergs. Murray Goldberg in the Goldbergs. That's what I know him for. Anna Kendrick, who do I know her for? Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. What have I seen her in? I don't know what I've seen her in. No, I do not know what I've seen her in. It's going to bug me. So, let me know in the comments below, guys, if you have, like I said, have you seen this film or not? It looks really good. I'm probably going to give it a watch, see if it's on Netflix. Or, what have I got? I think I've got Netflix and Prime Video. I could see they're on there. See if the film's on there or anything like that. So I'm just trying to sort my camera out. Because I'm a little bit too this way. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, do check out all the other content from me on this reboot. I'll be back on Friday with another episode of Castlevania, and then next week it'll be an episode of Scott the Walls, because I'm rewatching Scott's Sonic videos again. And as for my next Nostalgia Critic, I'm going to do the next one that's been requested from me, and it's Snow Day. So, Nostalgia Critic Snow Day, which was uploaded. I think that was the first review of 2025. So, have a good one, guys. Look after yourself. Take care. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Bye-bye.